Cost planning and bills of quantity are two very important tools in construction cost management, but many people often confuse them or use them interchangeably. In reality, they serve different purposes and are prepared at different stages of a project. A cost plan is mainly used in the early stages of a project to estimate and control the overall project budget. It helps the client understand how much the project might cost and supports decision making during design development. On the other hand, a bill of quantity or BOQ is prepared later when the design is more detailed. It provides a structured list of measured quantities of work items which contractors use to price and submit their tenders. In this presentation, we will clearly understand the difference between a cost plan and a BOQ, their purpose, when they are prepared, and how each of them plays a key role in successful construction cost management. Before we understand the difference between a cost plan and a bill of quantity, it is important to understand why cost management is so critical in construction projects. First, project financial control is one of the biggest reasons cost management matters. Many construction projects fail not because of technical problems, but because of poor cost control and budget overruns. Proper cost management helps ensure that the project remains financially viable from the initial concept stage all the way to project completion. Second, this is where the role of the quantity surveyor becomes very important. A QS acts as a finance manager of construction projects. They advise clients on costs, manage project budgets, evaluate risk, and ensure that the client gets the best value for the money invested in the project. Finally, to manage cost effectively, the industry relies on two essential tools, the cost plan and the BOQ. These documents help control and monitor costs at different stages of the project lifecycle, from early design planning to contractor pricing and construction. In the next slides, we will explore how these two tools differ and how each one contributes to effective cost management. Now, let's understand what a cost plan is. A cost plan is a structured estimate of the total project cost that is usually prepared during the early design stages of a project. At this stage, detailed drawings and specifications are not yet available. So the estimate is based on the concept design, preliminary information, and approximate quantities. The main purpose of a cost plan is to establish and control the client's budget. It helps the client understand whether the proposed project is financially feasible and supports important decision making during the design process. Since the design is still developing, the cost plan is not prepared item by item like a BOQ. Instead, it is usually prepared using elemental costing. This means the project cost is grouped into major building elements such as substructures, superstructures, finishes, and building services. By breaking down the cost in this way, the project team can easily identify which elements are driving the cost and make adjustments during the design stage to keep the project within budget. Now let's look at the second important document, the Bill of Quantities, commonly known as the BOQ. A BOQ is a detailed and itemized document that lists all the measured work items required to complete a construction project. Unlike the cost plan, which is prepared at the early design stage, the BOQ is prepared after the design is completed and detailed drawings and specifications are available. The quantities of each work item are carefully measured from the drawings, and each item is listed with its description, unit, and quantity. Contractors then use this document to price each item and submit their tenders. One of the key advantages of a BOQ is that it allows fair and comparable bidding, since all contractors are pricing the same quantities and descriptions. It becomes easier for the client to compare the bids accurately. BOQs are usually prepared according to standard measurement rules such as NRM2, POMI, or ARM, depending on the country or project requirements. Finally, the BOQ also becomes an important contract document which is used later during construction for cost control, valuation of work done, and payment to the contractor. Now let's understand when these two documents are prepared during a project lifecycle. Every construction project moves through different stages, starting from the initial concept and brief and then progressing through design development until the contractor is appointed. At the brief and concept stage, the cost plan is first prepared. At this stage, the design information is limited, so the cost plan provides an initial estimate of the project budget. As the project moves to the schematic design stage, the design becomes clearer and more information becomes available. The cost plan is then redefined and updated to reflect the latest design developments and maintain budget control. When the project reaches a detailed design stage, but the design is almost finalized, At this point, the cost plan may be updated again to ensure that the project still remains within the client's approved budget. Finally, during the tender stage, when the drawings and specifications are substantially complete, the bill of quantities is prepared. This document is issued to contractors so they can price the work and submit their tenders. So, the key principle to remember is that the cost plan evolves and gets updated throughout the design process, while the BOQ is typically produced once the design is largely complete and ready for tendering. Another key difference between a cost plan and a BOQ is the level of detail. The cost plan is prepared at an elemental level since it is created during the early stages of design. The quantities are usually approximate and often based on area rates such as cost per square meter or high level estimates. The costs are grouped according to major building elements such as substructure, superstructure, finishes, and building services. For example, in a cost plan, you might simply see an entry like electrical services $2 million without breaking it down into individual work items. This type of information is mainly used to control the overall project budget and support design decisions. In contrast, the BOQ is much more detailed. Every work item in the project is measured individually from the drawings and listed separately. The quantities are measured using standard units such as meters, square meters, cubic meters, numbers, or kilograms. The BOQ is also prepared following strict measurement rules such as NRM2, POMI, or ARM, depending on the project or region. For example, instead of a single electrical cost, the BOQ might include detailed items like 25 surface mounted conduit for 50 meters, along with many other specific work items. So, in simple terms, the cost plan gives a high level view of project cost, while the BOQ provides a detailed breakdown of every measurable items in the project. Now, let's look at the purpose and usage of both documents in a construction project. First, the cost plan is mainly a client side tool. Its primary purpose is to establish and manage the overall project budget. During the early stages of a project, the cost plan helps the client understand the expected cost of the project and ensures that the design develops within the approved budget. As the design progresses, the cost plan is updated and refined to maintain cost control. It also helps the client make important go or no go decisions, such as whether to proceed with the project, modify the design, or reconsider certain elements to stay within the budget. On the other hand, the bill of quantity is mainly a procurement tool. It is used during the tender stage to invite contractors to price the project. Since the BOQ provides detailed list of measured work items, contractors can prepare their bids in a structured way, allowing the client to compare the bids fairly and transparently. Once a contractor is appointed, the BOQ also becomes the basis of the construction contract price. During the construction stage, it is used for interim valuations, payment assessments, and finally for preparing the final account at project completion. So, in simple terms, the cost plan helps the client control the budget, while the BOQ helps procure the contractor and manages payment during construction. To make the difference between a cost plan and BOQ clearer, let's look at a simple example related to electrical services. On the left hand side, we have the cost plan entry. At the early design stage, the electrical services cost may be estimated using an elemental rate, such as cost per square meter of the building area. In this example, the allowance is calculated using $45 per square meter of gross floor area with a total building area of 4,500 square meters. Based on this estimate, the electrical services cost is simply shown as a lump sum budget of $2 million in a cost plan. At this stage, the cost is presented at a high level elemental summary without breaking it down into individual work items. Now, if you look at the BOQ on the right side, the same electrical scope is presented in a much more detailed way. Instead of a single lump sum figure, the work is divided into multiple measured items such as cable trays, lighting fixtures, power outlets, distribution boards, conduit, and emergency lighting units. Each item is measured individually with its own quantity and unit of measurement, such as meters or numbers. Contractors will then apply unit rate to each item, and when all the items are priced, the total cost will add up to approximately the same overall project value. This example clearly shows that while the cost plan provides a high-level budget estimate, the BOQ provides a detailed breakdown of the same scope of work for tender pricing and contract administration. Now let's quickly summarize the key differences between a cost plan and a BOQ. First, in terms of project stage, the cost plan is prepared from the concept stages and continues throughout the design development stage. In contrast, the BOQ is prepared later during the tender stage and before construction begins. Second, the level of detail is very different. The cost plan is elemental and approximate, meaning it groups costs into major building elements. The BOQ, however, is fully itemized where every work item is measured and listed separately. Third, their primary purposes are different. Cost plan focuses on budget control and feasibility, helping the client understand whether the project is financially viable. The BOQ is mainly used for competitive tendering and establishing the contract price. In terms of who prepares them, both are usually prepared by the client's quantity surveyor or cost consultant, although the BOQ may also involve the design team's QS. The users are also different. The cost plan is mainly used by the client, designers, and sometimes funders to monitor and control costs during design. BOQ, on the other hand, is used by contractor and QS team during tendering and construction. Another difference is the measurement rules. Cost plan usually follows RICS guidance such as the order of cost estimating, while BOQ are prepared according to strict measurement standards like NRM2, POMI, or ARM. Finally, the status of the document is different. A cost plan is typically an internal cost control document, where the BOQ becomes part of the formal contract document used during the construction. So, in summary, the cost plan helps plan and control the budget, while the BOQ helps procure the contractor and manage the contract cost. To conclude, both the cost plan and the BOQ are essential tools in construction cost management, but they serve different purposes at different stages of the project. Cost plan helps control project budget from the very beginning. It ensures that the design ideas and project ambitions remain aligned with the client's financial capacity. Throughout the design development stages, the cost plan acts as a guide to keep the project within the approved budget. BOQ, on the other hand, brings precision to the project pricing. By measuring and listing every work item in detail, it enables contractors to submit fair, transparent, and competitive tenders. It also becomes an important contract document used during construction for valuation and payment. When used together, these two tools support effective cost management from the feasibility stage all the way to the final account. So the key takeaway is simple. A cost plan provides strategic financial direction, while the BOQ provides the detailed measurement and pricing needed to deliver the project successfully. So hope you got an idea about the difference between a cost plan and a BOQ. If you found it to be useful, please do share it with your colleagues, with your friends who are into the QS field. And if you have not yet subscribed to Quantity Surveying Studio, please do subscribe. Take care. Bye.